You did everything right. You worked harder than most. You achieved what you said you would. You hit the goal. You got the job, the grade, the result, the recognition. And then you stood there, in the moment you had been working toward for months, maybe years, and felt almost nothing. Not happiness. Not relief. Not the satisfaction you were promised. Just a quiet, confusing emptiness. And almost immediately, before the feeling could even fully arrive, your eyes moved to the next thing. If you've been there, you know exactly what this feels like. And if you've never had words for why it happens, this is that video. What you experienced has a name. Psychologists call it arrival fallacy, the false belief that achieving a specific goal will produce lasting fulfillment. The concept was formalized by Harvard psychologist Tal Ben-Shahar, who observed that high achievers consistently report the same paradox. The closer they get to a goal, the more real the goal feels, and the moment they arrive, the feeling collapses faster than it built. The anticipation, months of fuel. The arrival, 30 seconds of something. The aftermath, emptiness, and the uncomfortable question of what that means. But arrival fallacy is only the beginning. There are 6 deeper reasons why intelligent people, specifically, feel empty despite success. And they go much further than a single psychological term. Number 1. You achieved the goal. But it was never really your goal. Intelligent people are exceptionally good at absorbing other people's definitions of success. From early childhood, praised for performance, rewarded for achievement, recognized for output. The external validation, consistent, powerful, formative. Over time, a sophisticated map of what success looks like gets built, drawn largely from external sources. Parents, culture, institutions, peers. And here is the problem. You can be extraordinarily good at achieving goals that were never really yours. Psychologists call this introjected motivation, pursuing goals that originated externally but have been absorbed so thoroughly they feel internal. You worked for it. You wanted it. You got it. And it feels empty because somewhere underneath, a version of you that was never fully consulted is looking at the achievement and feeling nothing. Because it was never answering that version's question. Number 2. You optimized for the outcome, not the experience. Intelligent minds are goal-oriented by design. They are excellent at identifying targets, building systems, executing efficiently, eliminating friction. The path to the goal, streamlined. The arrival, inevitable. But in the process of optimizing for the outcome, something gets lost. The journey, the texture, the moments of genuine, unoptimized experience along the way. Psychologists call this hedonic adaptation acceleration. The more efficiently you pursue a goal, the faster you habituate to the reward. You arrive. The brain registers, done, and immediately begins looking for the next input. You were so focused on getting there that you were never fully present while you were going. And what you arrive at the end without is the experience of having lived the process. The achievement, real. The memory of actually being in it, surprisingly thin. Number 3. Your internal standard moved before you arrived. This is perhaps the most quietly devastating mechanism. Intelligent people have a specific relationship with their own standards. The standard advances faster than the achievement. You set a goal. You begin working toward it. Your understanding grows. Your vision of what's possible expands. And by the time you arrive at the original goal, the version of you that arrives is no longer the version that set it. You have outgrown the goal in transit. Psychologists call this reference point elevation, the cognitive tendency of high-processing individuals to continuously update their baseline upward, meaning achievements are evaluated against a standard that has already moved past them. You did not fail to achieve. You achieved. Then you immediately, automatically recalibrated what achievement means. The satisfaction, not absent, just, always one step ahead of where you are. Number 4. You don't know who you are without the pursuit. For many intelligent, high-achieving people, the pursuit itself has become identity, not the achievement, the working toward, the problem-solving, the motion, the being in the process of becoming something. Arrival interrupts the only mode they fully know how to inhabit. Psychologists call this achievement-based identity fusion, a state in which the self becomes so deeply organized around the act of striving that the absence of an active pursuit feels not like rest, but like dissolution. You reach the top. And instead of satisfaction, you feel a kind of groundlessness. Because the structure that organized you, the goal, the pursuit, the direction, is temporarily gone. The emptiness isn't the absence of reward. It's the absence of the scaffolding that was holding you together. Number 5. You can't feel the win, because you're already managing the next problem. The intelligent mind does not pause. The moment a goal is achieved, the system immediately scans forward. New risks, new gaps, new distances between where you are and where you could be, new problems requiring solutions. The win, registered, filed, moved past. Before the emotional processing of the achievement can complete, the analytical mind has already loaded the next problem set. Psychologists call this anticipatory cognitive displacement, the automatic forward orientation of high-functioning minds that prevents full emotional closure on completed goals. You stood at the finish line. Your mind was already a mile past it. The feeling of success requires time to land. Your mind, structurally reluctant to give it that time. The result, achievements pass through you like weather, real while they're happening, gone before you've processed that they happened. Number 6. You've confused achievement with meaning. And they are not the same thing. This is the deepest layer. Achievement is measurable, finite, external, something you can point to, verify, announce. Meaning is none of those things. Meaning is the sense that what you are doing connects to something larger than the task, to your values, to other people, to something that matters beyond the metric. Intelligent people, particularly those who have optimized for achievement, often discover, upon arrival at significant goals, that they optimized for the wrong currency. Not because achievement is worthless, but because achievement alone, divorced from genuine meaning, is a meal that leaves you immediately hungry again. Psychologists and philosophers converge on the same observation. Human beings can tolerate almost any circumstance if it feels meaningful. And human beings can feel empty in the middle of almost any achievement if it doesn't. You achieved. The achievement. Real. The meaning. Never fully attached to it. And meaning, it turns out, is not found at the destination. It is only ever built into the road. The truth. You are not broken. You are not ungrateful. You are not impossible to satisfy. You are not failing at happiness. You are experiencing the specific, structural emptiness that intelligent people encounter when they achieve without returning to the question underneath the achievement. What am I actually building this for? Arrival fallacy. Introject motivation. Hedonic adaptation. Reference point elevation. Achievement-based identity. Anticipatory displacement. The gap between achievement and meaning. These are not character flaws. They are the precise mechanisms by which a high-functioning mind can do everything right and still arrive empty. The way out is not more achievement. It is a different question, asked earlier. Not, can I achieve this? But, will arriving here make me feel what I am actually looking for? And then, the harder question underneath that, what am I actually looking for? If this video names something you've been carrying without words, subscribe to Wired Differently, because the most expensive thing you can achieve is the wrong thing. New video every week. Because understanding what you actually want is the only achievement that compounds. You were never bad at success. You were never ungrateful. You were building towards something nobody ever helped you define. Understand yourself. Understand everyone.